Do you guys remember that about 8 months ago, at the end of 2023, I made some predictions talking about things that I was expecting to see, or at least wouldn't be surprised to see in 2024? I mainly focused on two topics: the color peach and how it might trickle down into our makeup and other cosmetics, among other things, and also what I was expecting to see from cosmic brushes or cosmic beauty in the coming year. Today, as we discuss Cosmic Beauty, I'm going to be playing with two of their beautiful palettes, the Winter Wonderland and the Muse. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I also have a palette pull-in shade that I'm working through, the Lure palette from Blend Bunny, and the next shade I have to use is this one here. It's called Bioluminescent, and it's a lovely mid-tone, like a royal blue shimmer. As far as the color story for today's look, here is the Winter Wonderland palette. I don't want to be too matchy-matchy with my shirt. I do like some contrast. I'm not sure. I actually have no plan for today so far. No plan at all. And then here's the Muse palette. I thought I might use this shade here, Petal. I really don't know. I have primed my eyes already with the Glamlite Icing Primer in the shade White Frosting, because I'm going to be doing probably a lighter look. Everything I'm using is linked in the description box. I have a playlist for cosmic brushes and other stuff down there as well, so check it out. Let's go. I think I have a plan. I think I'm going to start in the Muse palette with the shade here, Softly, and then I'll use Winter Wonderland with the shade Cold. I might need to blend it out with Icicle. And then I actually think I'm going to use Cold kind of heavily on my lid, because I want to use this shimmer here called Winter Solstice. This is a really transformative shimmer, so it looks one way if you swatch it on bare skin, but it looks a different way if you put it over top of other mattes, and it really does change a lot. So I kind of want to lay it on top of Cold and see how it looks. That's my starting point, and I don't have a plan outside of that, but that's okay. Let's talk about Cosmic Beauty's newest release. I don't think it's live yet at the time that I'm publishing, but it might be. At the time that I'm filming, it was literally revealed today. We had a couple days of sneak peeks, and now we've seen the full palette. So here's the shade Softly from Muse. So I'm going to show you guys a clip from the video I was mentioning in the beginning. This was 8 months ago, and I was talking about what I thought we might see from the brand in 2024. All of that to say, now that they've got their Serenity Muse Delicious Delights trio, they've started to launch a couple more monochromatic palettes, so I'm curious to see if the brand is going to continue that trend. We have the purple, we have the blue and purple. I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll have a red-pink palette, and the one that I'm really kind of waiting for would be a green-yellow palette with perhaps a flash or two of brown. I think that Cosmic Beauty would do that incredibly well, and I can envision it, because every time they do packaging, it's stunning, and I can see like a leafy, foresty, mossy kind of background in the same style as their other palettes, but with that sort of color story with a green and yellow and brown. I can imagine it being called something like undergrowth or forest paths or moss or lichen, something like that. And in my mind, it's incredible. So you have no idea how excited I would be if they actually do this. I could see them following through with the more mono or duochromatic color stories and eventually getting to a green and yellow, which are match made in heaven. Some browns for depth and contrast, and everything would be so earthy, kind of like the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay, but without like the blues and the reddish tones, a little bit more concentrated as far as the color story. But it would be done so beautifully. And again, I am envisioning the packaging, and I'm mentally drooling over it. It would be incredibly beautiful. I went ahead and started the other eye while you guys watched that clip. I'm in Cold now in the Wonderland palette. Okay, so how crazy is it? How crazy that my prediction from 8 months ago, even down to the palette name, was accurate. The Cosmic palette is called Undergrowth. That was the first name I suggested. You know what? I'm floored. I'm so floored, and I have no supposition that maybe whoever's running Cosmic Beauty is watching my videos, because my channel's tiny, and honestly, who cares? But there's also the fact that it probably takes at least a year to get these sorts of things in production to be released at a later point. What I am saying is that my prediction was absolutely spot on, and I'm really excited about that. And I even said in my video, I would be so excited if they did this, because first off, how beautiful is it? It's beautiful, it's beautiful. And I knew that they would do it beautifully. That was the whole point. That's why I was talking about the brand, because it's one which excites me, and the products are great, and the price point is reasonable, and I could see it coming. I think that what gets me the most is the name. I feel like I resonate so fully with the aesthetic of cosmic beauty. I mean, this packaging, absolutely adore it. This packaging, absolutely adore it. The Serenity packaging is lovely. The colors, and also the words that they choose for the names. The word muse, it's just romantic and ethereal and kind of mysterious. It's not too much of anything. It's not kitschy, it's not cartoony, it's not childish, it's not food themed. The word Serenity, same thing. Winter Wonderland, with the way that they are peering out through what frost on a window or a snowflake, it's so beautiful. And I think that is really what it comes down to, is I resonate so much with what the brand does as far as their actual releases. I'm floored. I'm floored. And honestly, the palette is just beautiful. It is exactly what I was envisioning. I need a smaller brush now. Let's take a fluffier brush and go into Icicle very, very lightly. It is exactly what I was envisioning when it comes down to the color story, like beautiful green and brown tones, pop of yellow. Come on, come on. And then the way that they did it with some special shades, some multi-chromes, beautiful shifting colors, the layout, the packaging design, the promo photos, everything idyllic. Now I'm going to take the shade Winter Solstice on my finger. Oh, look at that. It's so opalescent. So in the pan, maybe you can see the shift in the pan. In the pan, from here, I'm seeing blue, like an icy blue. When I turn it, I see kind of a rosy gold pink. And now on my finger, I see a lot of actual gold. So I'm gonna put Winter Solstice on a lot of my lid, because I wanna see how it looks on pretty naked skin, and then bring it over to the dark matte. And now back into my dark purple brush, not necessarily grabbing more of the color. I just want to not have my shimmer go all the way to the outer part of my lid. I do want matte in my outer corner. I just prefer that, but isn't that lovely? Now we need to make it a little more interesting. It's pretty, but it's not interesting enough. I want to do, I think I'll take Luster from the Muse palette, this one up here, just a little bit of it, and tap that. No, wait. I'll put that in my inner corner. Let's do that. I was thinking of something else, but I want the lightest shimmer or the lightest shade at my inner corner. But I do want to go into Antique here just a bit, just a little bit. This is a little bit of a lighter shade. I'm going to put this right on the center. I'm not going to spread it to cover the Solstice shade. I just want it in the very, very center, kind of at the apex of the eye. Yeah. It's just catching the light. It's brightening that area a bit more and catching the light. It's pretty though. And now I'm going to grab my palette pull-in shade, the Bioluminescent from Blend Bunny Lure. This doesn't pick up great on a brush. It is definitely a shimmer formula which prefers to be on the finger, but I'm going to be putting this in a smaller area, so I don't want to put it on my finger. So I'm picking it up as much as I can with a small blending brush, quite a small blending brush, the smallest one I've got. And then I'm going to spray it, because that's going to keep it on the brush and help me apply it with more precision. Well, let's start it out here. So I don't know if I'm going to try to get the Undergrowth palette. Honestly, it's beautiful. Nobody's surprised by this. And I think they've done a fantastic job with it. But I have so many beautiful palettes. And because green is my favorite color, and even my favorite eyeshadow color, I have lots of beautiful green palettes, or at least green heavy. And I think I might be going a little bit insane if I say how much I love a product buy the product when I am able to, talk about how great the product is, and then not play with it anymore because I'm too busy longing for another new product. I talk a lot about curating my collection and also being content. And I think I might be getting away from that. I think I might be falling back into these shopaholic, always wanting the next thing kind of mindsets, maybe even to the point of spending money that I shouldn't be spending on these things, so they become habits. I have to learn that just because something is absolutely beautiful, and just because I may want it, I don't need it. And even I don't need to want it because I might already have it. Like, I will say that the Undergrowth palette probably has some shades that I don't have in my collection. I mean, it's got some shifty shades and duochromatic or multichromatic beautiful shades. It probably has some stuff I don't have already. I'm looking for a blending brush. I think I'll go into Pine here, just because why not? Why not? We'll put that on the outer lower lash line here. The Undergrowth palette, I'm sure it does have some shades that would actually be unique in my collection, but on the whole, most of what it offers is stuff I already have generally. I'm talking color stories I already have, actual colors that I might already have smattered around my whole collection. And I love the Cosmic Beauty formula, but I have other formulas that I also love. It might realistically only offer me 5 or 6 genuinely new things. It's just giving them to me all put together in a new version with gorgeous packaging, with the excitement of something new, something pretty, something that everyone's excited about. I get it, and I do think it's beautiful. And I think it's really, really funny that I 100% predicted it like a year ago, but I have such lovely things already. And I want to use the lovely things I have and be grateful for them rather than holding out and hoping and wishing and pining for something new. Do you guys know what I mean? I'm not saying that I wouldn't like to own the palette. I might at some point. Maybe I'll get it for myself for Christmas, something like that. But I'm at full capacity. I think that's what I'm saying. I'm at full capacity. And as much as I think that the Undergrowth palette is absolutely stunning and they did an incredible job, and if I were to get it in my mailbox, I wouldn't be unhappy. I just think I need to control myself. I need to rein myself in and appreciate it from afar for a while. Maybe let all the hype die down, find it secondhand on MERCARI or something. I have no problem with that. So I took the dark green from the Muse palette, which I had laid here on the outer corner, and I just tapped that onto my entire waterline. Instead of using an eyeliner, I used the shadow. Definitely something you can do. To finish my eye look, I just have mascara. On my lips, I'm wearing 3 different things. Italia Deluxe liner in 1042 Dusty Rose, and then I have the ColourPop Glowing Lip in the shade, oh, what is this? Tickled Pink. The lettering is wearing off, and their lip oil in the shade Paper Pansy. And then on my face, I have, it just seemed only right, the Cosmic Beauty Frosting Highlighter. I used this one, Blueberry Muffin, and maybe you can see that. It's pretty. It's really pretty. So, to finish off my thoughts on today's video, first off, I'm just totally floored that my prediction was 100% spot on, particularly the name of the palette. Like I said, I just so jive with this brand. I'm excited about that. Call me a dork. I know I'm a dork. I'm excited about that. But anyway, moving on, I think the palette is absolutely beautiful. It's so stinking pretty. Of course, they did a fantastic job. Of course, it's just drool worthy. I think it's gorgeous. I would love to own it. I honestly would. I now own three Cosmic Beauty palettes. I have Serenity, Muse, and Winter Wonderland, and I know that Undergrowth would be a beautiful addition to my little Cosmic Beauty or Cosmic Brushes collection. Beautiful palette to pair with their others. I mean, how striking and just a natural fit would that palette be with the Muse palette, with these purple, browny, mustard, dusty, rosy tones. Oh, it would be gorgeous. It's gonna make amazing looks. And did you see Carrie Kay's look when they revealed the palette? She put up her video. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's fantastic. But at the same time, I can't have everything. I can't afford everything. And I really want to get use out of what I own. So as much as I would love to own that palette and love to play in it and love to drool over it and hold it and feel it and touch it and look at it because it's gorgeous, I also know that realistically, I have to control myself. I don't get these things in PR. I don't have the money to just buy everything that I think is pretty. And honestly, I think there's a lot of really pretty stuff out there. So maybe Christmas, or maybe secondhand in a year or two when people are starting to sell them off because now they're excited by something new. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If it ends up in my mailbox tomorrow, I will not complain or say no to it. But at this time, I have got to just rein myself in and appreciate and enjoy what I have. So I would love to hear your thoughts, of course. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hope you liked today's eyeshadow look. I think it's really beautiful. Sorry, I didn't even talk about that. Hang on. You know, so much for not going matchy-matchy with my shirt, right? I did change things up a bit by bringing in this greenish tone out here, and I like the palette pull-in. Now, of course, you could achieve this look without the palette pull-in because just pick a beautiful blue shimmer from the Winter Wonderland palette. It's really pretty, though. I think it's really pretty. And do you see the different shifting tones between the multi-chrome Winter Solstice and then popping Antique on top to brighten it and then putting luster on the inner corner highlight? It's pretty. Anyway, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.